So within the pantry, the services that we provide here is obviously food. People are coming here because they have a need, and we have a large pantry that we stock with food. We also stock other commodities like diapers, toiletries, those type of things. And obviously we offer the opportunity for people to be linked into other agencies. You know, we're a faith-based organisation, and so, you know, we believe that we're bringing hope into people's lives. And that's our heart, that we're not just feeding the people who are hungry, but we're feeding them more than just food. We're speaking into their lives and we're giving them hope. But we have a number of volunteers who will help out routinely every week, who either still are coming to the pantry, but they come and volunteer as well, or did once come to the pantry and now they volunteer.
This is my first day.
Really?
Yeah.
So what brought you here?
My neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah, Dee, over there in the meat department. I've had a lot of people come and help me when I was in time of need, and so I just wanted to pay it forward for all the help that I had.
Yeah, so I was a patron, and I just, it's always hard to come in and ask for help. Then also, though, I'm specifically a vegan, so it was hard to then explain. So when I come back and help once a month, when I need help, I get help, and I get to make sure that it's safe for me.
The Pantry program is something that the group of churches started within our society. Started out of Sacred Heart in the basement and turned into the monstrosity that we have today. And it's all based on volunteers. I always want to say we want to write on our truck that our CEO makes zero. What we have at St. Vincent's, and we are often used as a model for the Idaho Food Bank, and that's that we run a choice pantry. And what the difference between a choice pantry is that people actually walk through as if they're in a grocery store. That really makes a difference when you get to shop for yourself, because cultural diversity means different recipes. You know, some people have more of a Mediterranean diet. You give them a food box and it's full of a bunch of things that aren't within the confines of a Mediterranean diet. Where are you going with that?
The Islamic Center is, it's a worship place where people gather and meet. Since we noticed a very good thing in the churches when they do the food pantries and give it to people, he's the imam of the mosque or the Islamic Center. Imam means like the priest in the church. He told me about the idea and I liked it a lot. This used to be a kitchen, a small kitchen, so we moved the stove out, some other stuff, and we kind of put the shelves, more fridges, and cleaned it and get it ready, and then we started. We give food every other Friday, actually every first Friday and third Friday of each month from 1:30 to 3:30. God put me in a place or in a position that I can help people. That's why honestly I feel like I'm blessed that I can do something.
I'm profoundly religious, and I knew it was time to give something back to the Lord. And I've always had this passion with food, okay? I feed everybody. I have, oh my God, now I'm getting all crazy.
No, you're good.
Okay, Lord. Okay. When I was a young person, I made a lot of really bad choices. And I ended up needing food banks. And in those days, they just shoved a box at you. And half the time the bread was moldy, and so was the pastries, and it would just be canned goods, and there would never be any dairy. You had to do L-ADA to get your dairy, and you had to have, which was called commodities then, and it was just this huge ritual that you did every single month just to make sure your family was fed. And I came in and I viewed this facility and I saw how they were doing it, and it was so inspiring to me that I had to be a part of it.
Well, it's my life. I dedicated my life about 10 years ago to full-time charity because it seemed to be the most fulfilling thing for me to do, and I enjoy it. It's really, in a lot of ways, it saved my life.
We can feel like we can be very generous because we usually have a lot of food, and that feels good that we can be generous with this.
When you're filling a box for somebody, we'll say, hey, there's some guidelines as to what you should put in here, but those are minimums. And you know, if you want to pray about it and you feel this family needs more, just give them more. You know, we're not here to, you know, to rob people or to be mean in any way. We want to be as generous as we possibly can.
We try to be what our religion asks us to do, which is one huge big part of Islam, is that when you help people, you get blessings from God, period. This is something for everyone. We don't ask anyone what's their background, religion, or anything, just anyone. Say hi, come here. I didn't ask them about like how many members, family members they have, so that I know what exactly they have kids or not. That's all what I need to know.
I've got a great life. God bless me. I've got a wonderful life and stuff. Wonderful wife. I mean, I hate to say this on camera. So my wife has terminal cancer. Okay, she's not going to be with me that much longer. But she would rather have me here doing this than sitting at home with her, you know, crying over something. Wow. I mean, this is more important.
The face of poverty has changed in respect that the loss of a husband, the loss of family members, an insurance incident, an injury, a stroke. It can be anybody in America today, I think, that whose feet get swept out from underneath them. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be able to help people, even if it's tough spots. We had a family come back at Christmas time. They didn't drive up in an expensive car. They did not appear to be wearing very expensive clothes, but they gave us $900 in cash because we had helped them in one of the toughest spots of their life.
This is one of our volunteers, Mahmoud. He brings the pickup and helps us with taking the stuff from Idaho food bank and bring them here to our pantry. He's a truck driver.
It's my pleasure.
Before I came to the United States, I've been to Europe. But I just visited those countries just for a few days, like 5-10 days. But when I came, and this is where I need to stay, and with my family, I need to plan for the future, I was like, oh, okay, how should I start? People who come here, when you look at the newcomers, they kind of come and sometimes they ask you questions, they need more and more information. That's most examples that affects me more than the others because they really need lots of things.
I would say that's probably made me more empathetic. I would say in the long run because I started when I was just halfway through high school, so it was obviously more juvenile, more immature, and I would say it's probably helped me just grow up a little bit.
Is that volunteer bacon? Oh,
everybody runs to bacon. Help yourself.
I do what I do because, if I'm honest about it, Jesus had compassion on me. I mean, I became a Christian in my early 30s. I viewed people very judgmentally in terms of, you know, you're in your situation because of all the bad choices you've made. Why should I help you out of that? I came to Jesus and I realized that He died for me. You know, in the midst of all of my mess of my life, He sacrificed Himself for me, and that changed my heart completely. I saw people in a completely different light. I saw people as brothers and sisters.
You know, if you are a believer and you are following what the Lord tells us to do, then you will be helping these kind of people, orphans, widows, those that are in deep need.
We need to show how we act, who we are, what we are.